Let's delve into a movie called Lucy Shimmers and the Prince of Peace. Keep watching, because it's a fantastic drama film. The story begins with a man named Jackson, who reflects on the people of significance in our lives. He believes that these individuals possess a unique charm that can touch the hearts of those they interact with. He holds his granddaughter, Lucy, in high regard and considers her to be one of these special people. Jackson pays a visit to Lucy's house and observes her playing with her father. The moment she notices her grandfather's presence, she stops playing. Her father inquires about what she sees, and Lucy explains that her grandfather is standing before her. Her father reminds her that her grandfather passed away a long time ago. However, Lucy continues to imagine his presence and cherishes the memory of him. Soon after, Lucy begins to cough persistently. Concerned, her father takes her inside the house. Her mother, Isabel, checks Lucy's temperature and discovers that it's alarmingly high. Worried for her well-being, they decide to rush her to the hospital the following day. Later, Lucy inquired about when Christmas would arrive. Her mother informed her that there were 24 days left until Christmas, which filled Lucy with joy. She excitedly told her mother that she wanted to finish her drawings. Isabel noticed that many of Lucy's drawings explored the relationship between humans and God. Encouraged by her daughter's creativity, Isabel agreed to write the number of days left until Christmas on the board, as Lucy had requested. One night, Lucy's father went to check on her and found her engrossed in her drawings. He expressed his pride in her and gently encouraged her to get some sleep. Then, in a tender moment, Lucy's grandfather appeared in her imagination and asked her to sleep beside her on the bed. Lucy felt elated and expressed her wish for her grandfather to be with her every day. James later shared with Isabel that Lucy had mentioned seeing her grandfather. Isabel reassured him that their daughter possessed a vivid imagination, and they should continue to support and encourage her in her artistic endeavors. As their concern for their daughter's high temperature grew, we shift to a different scene in a prison hospital. There, we meet a prisoner named Edgar, who is in dire straits. Father Johnson, a compassionate figure, learns from the doctor that Edgar is suffering from kidney failure and requires a kidney transplant urgently. Father Johnson breaks the news of Edgar's illness to him, but Edgar appears apathetic. He has lost hope in life, as his family has abandoned him, and no one has come to visit him during his time in prison. Father Johnson offers a glimmer of hope, explaining that with the necessary treatment, Edgar could have a happier life ahead. He also promises to speak with the prison warden to arrange Edgar's transfer to another hospital, where they could search for a suitable kidney donor. The following day, Isabel took her daughter to the hospital, where they learned that she was suffering from pneumonia. The doctor prescribed medication to help her recover, and informed Isabel that if her health didn't improve within a week, they might need to return to the hospital. Pneumonia posed a potential threat to her life. Meanwhile, Edgar had been transferred to the hospital, and Father Johnson paid him a visit. He offered Edgar a Bible and assured him that he would check on him regularly. Back at home, James attempted to give his daughter her medication, but she claimed that her grandfather was in the room with them. She recounted how her grandfather had mentioned that James refused to take medication when he was young. James chuckled at the memory and assured his daughter that no one else was in the room, encouraging her not to imagine such things. Later, Isabel arrived, and James expressed his concerns about their daughter's behavior. He explained that she was refusing to take her medicine. Isabel, with a gentle touch, managed to administer the medication to their daughter. Days went by, and Lucy faithfully took her medication each day. Unfortunately, her health did not show any signs of improvement. Then, one day, Lucy's condition deteriorated significantly, prompting her parents to rush her back to the hospital. The doctor advised them to conduct various medical tests to better understand her health condition. Meanwhile, Edgar remained in the hospital, gazing at a picture of himself with his wife and son. He couldn't help but feel a deep sense of longing and sadness as he was separated from his loved ones. The following day, Lucy drew a picture of a very sorrowful figure. She showed it to her father and explained that this person often appeared in her dreams. She asked her father if he knew who this person might be, but he was at a loss. Lucy suggested that this figure might be someone in need of help. The doctor delivered the news to Isabel that her daughter's illness had progressed, and there was now a significant threat to her health. Consequently, they needed to keep Lucy in the hospital for her own safety. During this time, Lucy's grandmother, April, also arrived at the hospital to check on her granddaughter's health. Lucy was subsequently moved to a hospital room where she had an unexpected encounter with Edgar. It was at that moment that Lucy revealed that Edgar was the very same sad person she had been seeing in her dreams. Concerned about the presence of a prisoner in the hospital, James inquired with a nurse about Edgar's situation. The nurse explained that Edgar was at the hospital for a kidney transplant and that his health was in a fragile state. Seeing the worry on her family's faces, Lucy tried to reassure them that she was doing well. Shortly thereafter, the doctor arrived and welcomed Lucy, explaining that she would be responsible for monitoring her health condition. Following that, the doctor conveyed the distressing news to James and Isabel that their daughter was suffering from a severe bacterial blood disease. He emphasized that if Lucy didn't respond positively to the medications, her life might be in jeopardy. Meanwhile, Edgar was engrossed in looking at a photograph of his family, but the guard responsible for watching him confiscated and tore the photo. Edgar was overcome with anger and sorrow, breaking down in tears. During the night, Lucy ventured out of her room with the intention of visiting Edgar. Along the way, she encountered the custodian and inquired about his sadness. He shared that he was grieving because his wife had passed away not too long ago. Lucy offered to draw a picture of him with his late wife to bring him some comfort. As she continued her mission, Lucy's grandfather appeared in her imagination. She confided in him about her attempt to visit someone in the hospital. He offered his assistance by pressing the alarm button, surprisingly causing the alarm to sound. Lucy seized the moment, entered Edgar's room, and revealed that she had dreamt about him and wanted to be his friend. However, he declined her offer and requested that she return to her room. Before leaving, Lucy gave him the Bible and promised to come back to visit him. The following day, Lucy fulfilled her promise to read the Bible with Edgar. Isabel brought the board displaying the number of days left until Christmas, and she was delighted to see it. However, a sudden difficulty in breathing left Lucy in distress. April hurried to seek medical assistance, and the doctors swiftly intervened. They informed the family that the medications had not been effective, prompting the need for further tests. In the midst of these worrisome developments, Lucy once again crossed paths with Edgar. She inquired about the disease he was battling, and he explained that he needed a kidney donor to save his life. Lucy, with a compassionate heart, asked her father to be the donor. But her father regretfully informed her that it wasn't a viable option. During the night, Isabel began to tell Lucy a story. However, her mother felt tired and eventually drifted off to sleep. At that moment, Lucy's grandfather appeared, and together they quietly left the room. Lucy encountered the custodian and handed him the drawing she had made for him. She shared a heartfelt message, reminding him to always remember that God loves him. Grateful for her kindness, he expressed his love for her and for God. Lucy then made her way to Edgar's room. He warmly welcomed her and introduced himself. She inquired about his health, and he admitted that he wasn't feeling well. Lucy confided that she, too, was unwell and struggling to breathe properly. Nevertheless, she reassured him that they would both get better. Curious about the torn picture she had seen earlier, Lucy asked Edgar about it and who had been responsible for tearing it. Edgar revealed that the guard had been the one who had done it. Lucy's curiosity led her to ask Edgar about the people in the picture, his wife and son. Edgar shared a heartbreaking truth. He had lost them forever due to the wrong choices he had made in his life. His actions had caused his family to leave him, and he deeply regretted his past behavior. He had resolved to change his ways, but he believed that his family would never forgive him. Lucy encouraged Edgar to seek his family and apologize to them. She reassured him that if he had faith in God and stopped doing wrong things, forgiveness was possible. Her words left him astonished, and he expressed that he had never encountered anyone quite like her in his life. Together, they began reading the Bible, finding solace in their shared faith. Afterward, Edgar, concerned about Lucy's health, urged her to return to her room and rest. However, Lucy insisted that she would come back the next day to continue reading. She explained that she didn't feel tired because her grandfather was with her, providing her comfort and strength. Days continued to pass, and Lucy faithfully visited Edgar daily, spending time with him reading the Bible. They found solace and connection in their shared moments of faith and friendship. On Christmas Day, as Lucy returned to her room, she witnessed a heartwarming scene. Father Johnson was with Edgar's wife and daughter, who had come to visit him. The reunion filled Edgar with happiness as his wife and daughter returned to his side. Lucy excitedly shared this wonderful news with her father, expressing her belief that God had answered her and Edgar's prayers, and that his wife and daughter had forgiven him and come to visit. Her father was taken aback by this revelation and asked her how she knew. Lucy simply replied that there were many things he did not yet know, but would discover in time. Afterward, she handed a piece of paper to the doctor, explaining that it held her Christmas wish. The doctor and the family received quite a shock when they found out that Lucy's heartfelt wish was to offer her kidney to her dad, Edgar. Edgar, puzzled, inquired why she wanted to do this, and she explained that she couldn't bear the thought of her dear friend, Edgar, facing death. April, curious about the feasibility of transplanting a child's kidney into an adult, posed the question to the doctor. The doctor confirmed that it was indeed possible, with many successful cases. Furthermore, the doctor pointed out that Lucy and Edgar had matching blood types. James, Lucy's father, reassured his daughter that they would ponder this decision and come to a conclusion by nightfall. That evening, Lucy requested her father to take her to visit Edgar, as she was feeling too weak to walk. During the visit, she gave him her sketchbook as a parting gift. Before leaving, she bid farewell to the hospital's janitor and some of her friends. Her father couldn't hide his astonishment at his daughter's selfless act. Edgar, deeply moved, shared with James that Lucy was an angel on earth who had forever transformed his life. He recounted his family's recent visit and, with tears in his eyes, hugged Lucy while expressing his gratitude for motivating him to make amends with his loved ones. Lucy handed him the sketchbook and reassured him that he would regain his health and reunite with his family. Before departing, she noticed a set of handcuff keys, pocketed them, and discreetly passed them to Edgar, leaving him pleasantly surprised but cautious. Lucy's health was deteriorating, and she requested her father to share a story. James began to narrate a tale of a remarkably kind princess who touched the lives of those around her, earning their love and gratitude. He revealed that this princess bore the name Lucy. Edgar, in turn, started reading Lucy's book of drawings, finding solace and inspiration within its pages. Through her drawings, Lucy shared her story. She depicted a dream in which she encountered a sorrowful figure, believing that God had chosen her to aid this person. One fateful day, feeling weary, she entered the hospital and met that very person, Edgar. On the final page of her book, she revealed her intention to donate her kidney to Edgar, allowing him to embrace a lifetime with his family. Leaving some pages blank, she invited him to finish the story. Edgar, overwhelmed with grief, began to weep. The following day, news arrived that shattered everyone's hearts. Lucy had passed away. In his sorrow, Edgar untied himself, entered her room, and mourned her loss. In honor of Lucy's selfless wish, her father, James, decided to donate her kidney to Edgar, fulfilling her desire. The surgery was a success, and Edgar served his prison sentence, eventually being released to reunite with his family. Lucy's memory remained alive, and every Christmas, her family revisited her book of drawings. James and Isabel welcomed a new baby into their lives, and James joyfully played with their child. As they watched, Lucy and her grandfather appeared. James told his son that the angel before them was none other than their daughter Lucy, a presence they would forever cherish.